Greetings of peace. A khotse bele rena bana ba modimo. A khotse ya modimo bele rona. Ka lebitso la kgosi ya rona morena Jesu. So today I'm going to be talking just a bit about the origin of the Bible. Gore Bibele simologile kae le gore Bible re balang e gore nneteng. Where did it begin? And in order for us to understand where the Bible began, we must understand gore Bible gore kwadiwe go no iragala eng. But before we go into that, the prophet Hosea says, "My people are perishing because of lack of knowledge. They have rejected my knowledge, and I will also reject them from being priests. I will reject their generation. I will reject their kids." So Bibele mo ya bua gore the knowledge is there. The knowledge is preserved for us, but we have chosen to ignore. We have chosen to ignore the knowledge of God. How we have chosen to run with the prophets of Baal. Bana ba modimo, for us to understand, we must read the actual Bible. Ha re bala Bible sentle. If, for example, if we take the first 5 books of Moses, or the Torah, as the Jewish people call it, the first 5 books of Moses, which is where we can see where the Bible began. Ha re bona mo Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, re bona mekwalo e ya ga Moshe. Re a bona gore ga Moshe a kwala dikwalo tseo, Moshe a na le ko Egepeta, Egypt. So we are fortunate enough that some of, especially these 2 countries that I'm going to mention, have kept their ancient names. This country, which is Egypt and Ethiopia. Now, ha re tla go bona Africa, ha re tla go bona Egypt and Ethiopia. Those countries, they are in Africa. And the original inhabitants of Africa are Nubian people, are the Kushite people, are the Negroes, are the niggers, are the black people. Those are the original inhabitants of Africa. Okay, so when Moses was writing about Exodus, when Moses was writing Genesis, the beginning, Moses was in Egypt. Egypt is located in Africa. So, gore re tlhaloganye gore Bibele simologile kae, tlampe re shebe ko. Gore Moshe a na le ko Egepetwa ha kwala Bibele. Therefore, the Bible is actually African indigenous knowledge. Re gopole gore Bibele ga se mo, it's not a fairy tale, ga se mokwalo fela. Bibele is occurrences. E bua ka dilo tse di diragetseng. So we can classify the Bible as African indigenous. Bana ba modimo, let us not harden our hearts. The knowledge is there. We must just open our eyes to the knowledge of God. Bibele e bua ka bana ba modimo ba bana gateletswe. It speaks about the people of God who were oppressed in Africa. And the original inhabitants of Africa are the Nubians, are the Africans. So Bibele is actually African indigenous knowledge. It's actually African writings because it bua ka story kana dilo tse di diragetseng mo Africa. Bana ba modimo, bana ba ntate, a re tlogele go reetsa the voices of the evil one. Ga re bolella gore Bibele, it's something from the West. Bibele, it's something that came with who and who. The Bible has always been in Africa. I mean, if we look especially into Ethiopia, because Ethiopia was never colonized. We see, if we look into Aksum, the kingdom of Aksum, if we look into the churches of Lalibela, the rock churches of Lalibela, the mountain churches, we even find the oldest Bible in the world in Ethiopia that is in Gez. So we notice how there is a rich history of African Christianity, of Christians in Africa. We notice the rich history of Christianity in Ethiopia, even though Ethiopia was never colonized. We even see the Ethiopian monarchy, the Christian kings of Ethiopia, and how they rule the world. We are fortunate enough that those monuments are still standing there for us to see. So, Banabamudim, let us not run with the prophets of Baal. Let us run to God. Let us run to prayer. God is a living God. Our God, Jesus Christ, died and rose from the dead. He's a living God, and He's able to do exceedingly and abundantly. Open your heart for God. Open your heart for prayer. Open your heart for the Holy Spirit, and see as God does wonders for you. Bana ba modimo a re kitseng gore re bomang, a re tlhaloganyeng gore ha modimo a re sheba o bona eng. Stay blessed. Continue to love God. God's